And we're very delighted to have with us in the studio Samuel Rhoades, who is from Oklahoma City. Samuel, welcome to our studio. We're very eager to talk with you.
Happy to be here.
And how old were you when you began studying the piano?
I was about 10. It was right before fourth grade when I started learning.
I see. What attracted you to the piano? Was it suggested by someone, or did you have already have an interest in music?
Well, there's been music in the house since before I was born. Like, my mom played piano and violin, and my dad played jazz trumpet in high school. So I've been with music for a very long time. We've got a lot of classical recordings, so I listened to them when I was a kid. But I started because it was a choice between guitar and piano, and I thought the piano was a better instrument, so I chose it.
So 10 is actually a little bit old to be picking up an instrument,
Hmm.
but that doesn't seem to have stopped you because I noticed that um, by the time you were not much older, I think you were playing in a competition when you were 14, and you placed in that competition. What piece were you playing?
Um, I think that was a concerto competition. I was playing Beethoven's Emperor, the fifth one in E flat major.
Wait a minute.
It's,
You picked up the piano at 10, and at the age of 14, you're playing the Emperor?
yeah, I guess. I suppose.
You seem to have made quite a bit of progress on that. And what piece will you be playing for us on Tuesday at the gala?
Prokofiev's Suggestion Diabolique was written in 1908, and it's technically in C major. I'm not sure if that's really going to help anybody, but it does not sound like it's in C major at all.
I think you're suggesting he deviates a little bit from the key there. Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah. Do you feel like giving our listeners right now a little preview? Maybe play a minute or two from the piece?
I can probably play a minute, considering the whole thing's about two. So.
Oh, really? It's that short?
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't.
He wrote it when he was still in conservatory in St. Petersburg, and it was sort of a reaction against the establishment, the musical establishment at the time, who were still very romantic in nature. And he wrote a very modernist, a sharp, dissonant piece, sort
Well,
of in the face of that
well,
stigma.
play as little of it or as much of it as you'd like.
I'll, yeah, I'll play the intro. And it goes on like that in a similar vein.
It's called Suggestion Diabolique.
Yeah.
Yes, a wonderful piece. That's terrific. And what concertos are you working on now?
I just started learning Brahms's second piano concerto.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, we started that one a couple weeks ago. I'm only a little bit into it, a couple pages, but it's going pretty nicely, I think.
Yes, that's a difficult piece, to say the least. It's a wonderful, wonderful concerto. Um,
Yes.
the first concerto you probably know as well, the D minor.
Yeah, yeah.
That was intended to be a symphony. I don't know if you know that,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
he chickened out because he was didn't feel he was ready to write a symphony after Beethoven's Ninth, so he turned it into a piano concerto. Well, that's a wonderful piece. Now, I understand also that last year you attended the very famous Interlochen Music Academy. So, what was that like? Did you have a teacher there?
Yeah, there were a group of, I think, 9 or so faculty members, and I had private lessons with one of them, but other ones also gave master classes and stuff, so it was a pretty immersive experience. They have, it's really nice, they have these practice huts in the woods that have all grand pianos, so it's a very well put together camp, and there were maybe 2 or 3 performance opportunities per week. So there were 25 students, but each one of them were able to perform multiple times during the camp semester. So it was very good in terms of musical development for us.
You must have liked it because next week you're going back again for a second year.
I am, yeah, excited.
Well, that's really terrific. And what are your aspirations for the future?
Well, I want to attend a good music school, probably a conservatory or some university with a nice school, and afterwards, I'd like to do a performing career. I think that's probably where I'd like to head the most.
Hmm. And finally, what other interests do you have besides music?
Well, I'm a runner. I do cross country.
Really?
And yeah, that's the other big time commitment in my life. Not as big as piano, but it's up there. And I think a nice thing about running and piano is that they can sort of work together. Like, and you have pre-meet rituals for running, like cross country, that can translate into pre-concert rituals for piano, and you build up some stamina from running cross country that I can do for longer pieces. For example, one of my favorite pieces that I ever learned was Busoni's transcription of Bach's Chaconne
Right.
in D minor. It's an amazing piece. It's probably one of the most emotionally powerful pieces in the entire repertoire, but it's a single movement about 15 or 16 minutes long, and it requires a lot of stamina. But running cross country, I think, helped me a lot with that. So,
Have you run a marathon yet?
oh, a marathon? No, I'm not there yet.
I see. Well, I live in Boston, so we're very oriented
Oh.
towards marathon. I'm talking to you just a few miles from where the marathon runs.
That's
But-
that's impressive. My coach actually ran the Boston Marathon this year.
Yes.
First time.
Yeah, I ran it in 2.5 hours last year. I'm just kidding. I didn't. Okay, I'm just joking. Yeah. I think if I took it, it would probably take me 7 hours. Well, Samuel, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to come by and for giving us a little sample from the Prokofiev that you'll be playing. We're very much looking forward to the gala performance, and we wish you the best of luck, not only on Tuesday, but in your future aspirations.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you very much.